Hello, guys. It's the Super Monday update from Patriot TV, your home of information and entertainment. We'll be giving you reviews on Premier League weekend matches that just went by and the Champions League preview of what you expected to come on Tuesday, Wednesday. So I'm here with Mr. Focus once again. You know, the Man United fan we saw the other time that gave his in-depth analysis, against Manchester City, and we are here to give you updates, review and preview on matches that went by the weekend and the ones to expect, during the week. Mr. Focus, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for bringing me here again. Thank you.
Hope you had a wonderful weekend.
Bless God, it was good.
Okay, so starting off by the Premier League weekend, the match, early kickoff, Arsenal Everton ended up in a 1-1 draw. Controversies in the match. When we're talking about the penalty being given to Everton, getting the point against Arsenal, what's your own verdict on it?
As I said, this VAR of a thing has done some people good and some people bad. I won't say more harm because sometimes it favor you, sometimes it will not favor you. Like the one of Arsenal and Liverpool, Everton. That ball is a very soft penalty, and if you look at the way the guy was coming, he fell down and he even stood up on himself. He never even expected that it would be a penalty, but the referee just stretched forth his hand on the penalty this thing. So to me, I felt that referee killed that game for Arsenal.
Okay, so Arsenal drawing the match against Everton and Liverpool losing against Fulham. Do you think if Arsenal had actually, won the match, it might have given them a bit of inspiration to probably, still push more if Liverpool eventually drops the ball?
Yes, Arsenal would have covered up the gap because the difference between Arsenal and Liverpool now is just 11 points, and we still have some matches to go, like let's say 6 or 7 matches to go. So had it been Arsenal covered that point now, maybe by now it would have been just like 9 points. You understand? So the VAR killed it for Arsenal. Yeah.
Okay, so on to the Crystal Palace, Brighton, Everton, like 3 red cards in the match. Crystal Palace getting 2 red cards and Brighton getting, a red card, but Crystal Palace at the end of the day winning the match 2-1. Matete getting a goal, coming back from the injury he suffered in the League Cup. So now, Crystal Palace sitting pretty well. Brighton has dropped a couple of form, but do you see them still, vying for a place in the any European competition this season?
In fact, luck was with them. If not for luck, they would have drew that match or even lost that match. Because I can't believe you are winning 2-1 and all of a sudden you turn the match into a karat. Look at the Nketiah, turn it to a karat. Look at Gui, with his caliber, with his experience, turn that match into a karat. You understand? Before before Brighton also got their own record. So the luck went out for Brighton. Brighton would have won that game comfortably because after that red card, they were given 12 match additional time. They would have drew that match or even won that match because with 2 man down, they would have won that match. But luck ran out of them and they lost it.
Okay, so Ipswich, at home to Wolves. Ipswich this season, came with a whole lot of energy. Being the team that just promoted to Premier League, they've been scoring goals, but have not been lucky enough to probably win matches to keep them secured in Premier League. But they got their first goal against Wolves, hoping to go all out to get a 3 point, but at the end of the day, losing the match to Wolves. What's your own opinion on that?
If any team will go for relegation, my prayer every day is not for for Ipswich to go because they play very good attacking football. They are one of the teams that I love the way they attack. Their attacking is very, though you score them, but they will attack you. That's why look at their striker now, the lap. Most of the Premiership teams are bidding for it, like that of Manchester United. Most big teams are bidding for it because it's a very good striker.
But if you can recall, he was a former player for Manchester City.
Yes. I remember then, but the guy is very good. So it pays. So their matches, the both match between Wolf and Ipswich, they are all fighting for relegation. It's a fight of relegation, but anybody could win it. And Wolf showed them they are more matured and senior to it because Ipswich scored before them and they bottled it up. So Wolf showed them they are more mature than the experience in the Premiership.
Okay, so moving on to the Bournemouth West Ham, Bournemouth has been in recent good form in recent time, but they ended up drawing this match against West Ham at home to West Ham. Do you see, any controversies in that match?
Bournemouth are in a better form to have won that match comfortably. But if in football you cannot predict anything. Anything happens in football. They got the first goal at the 36th minute. They ought to have killed that game there before they allowed the West Ham come back, hurt them. Before they hurt them again, before they equalized. So this, as I said, football, anything can happen. Expect the unexpected, and this is Premiership. Anything, even if at least the VR can favour you, the referee can favour you, anything can favour you, your crowd sef can favour you. So Bournemouth, I don't really know what's wrong with them. Though they are just like those days like those days in school. They say the mission return. At least the form they came with in the Premiership. Now they've dropped it again. I don't really know where they will end this season, but I know they can never go beyond first 10.
That's good. So Aston Villa at Villa Park getting the 2-1 win over Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest has also been in top form in recent time, winning against Man City, drawing the likes of Arsenal. But Aston Villa getting a 2-goal lead against them in the first half at Villa Park. And we know Aston Villa is always going all out to face PSG in this Premier League, Champions League during the week. Do you feel there's a need for Aston Villa to have probably rested some players, knowing they were facing the likes of PSG that are also in top form? Consider that PSG has also won the League One with 6 matches remaining in the French league.
For those that have Champions League to play this midweek, I never expected Aston Villa to win this match. I never expected them. All I was seeing was to lose, or at least they will get a draw. But I don't know what's wrong with this Nottingham Forest. Maybe now when they see money, they get power. So Aston Villa on their own side, this guy Unai Emery got Asensio, Rashford. In fact, they've turned that team to another thing, which I don't even up to now I can't really understand. Look at how they play they have played Nottingham Forest today. So the thing is, this, as I said, is football. Anything can happen. But I was expecting him to have benched some players, use all those other teams. Just since he has the Champions League at hand, just to bench players and focus on the Champions League. But no, Unai Emery is a kind of person that me up to now I don't even understand. He brought out all his players and they played good football for him and they gave him the maximum point he required. So the match, good for him.
Okay, so moving on to Sunday matches. Early kickoff for Chelsea. A 0-0 draw at Brentford. With the likes of Jackson being back, Opama featuring. We have a whole lot of controversy saying, regardless of the fact that Jackson hasn't been in the Chelsea team, they've not been able to win a game or score or so. But now he's back, and they still went all in, getting a 0-0 draw against Brentford. What was your own pick on that match?
My own pick of that match is I will see, like most Chelsea, if you are a true Chelsea fan, you understand what I'm saying now. The coach is killing, will kill Chelsea. That Moraska, I don't see him as a coach for a future, because how will you be playing? You are playing you are playing you are playing Brentford. You are benching players. The likes of Kopama, all those ones are on bench, and so go and now your next match is Copenhagen, Abi, on Europa League. Copenhagen, that you even with the second team you can still beat them or salvage a draw there. But because of him now, you bench so much of your players, and so the thing is, as Chelsea, they shot themselves on the leg, and had it been they won that match, they would have gone up to like they remain in that fourth, or I think they would have given some points ahead of others.
Because if Newcastle wins against Leicester today, they are going ahead of Chelsea.
Fine, yes. So the coach killed that game. The coach really killed that game. And even the coach, what the coach should have done is to have introduced all those players. Introduce these players. When they've given him the possible results, he will start removing them. Not feeding in players that that they cannot even give you any results. You understand? Though Palmer has not been in good form this season, unlike being compared when Pochettino was there. He has not been in good season this time. Yes, he has not been in good form. So the coach should have allowed him to start that match the guy has the power, has the agility to even play today, play tomorrow safe, because he's still young. So I don't know, because I don't expect him benching Palmer for that match.
Okay, so moving on to the upset that happened in the weekend, the Fulham Liverpool, match ended up in favor of Fulham 3-2 at Craven Cottage. Liverpool, after their Champions League outing, they've not been, back to their top form. And like, do you still see them going all out to win this league without dropping the ball, as we said earlier? If Arsenal or any other team can still catch up.
We have seen Arsenal in 2 to 3 seasons. I still call them butlers, though I don't see them coming up with Liverpool. But just like Liverpool now, okay, well, let's say fatigue is telling on them or what? Because that even with the match they played with Fulham, they had so many chances, but the wood deny them so many. I can count like 3 that hit, or 2 that hit the wood, that hit the bar. But yeah, if those ones entered, it wouldn't have been like that. You understand? So I still see them as the contender to win the league.
Okay, so a win for Fulham actually put them in the 8th position on Premier League table. And every other club, has, how do I say, the prospect or has the vision of going for Europa Leagues. Do you feel Fulham can still, go ahead and qualify for Europa League or even the Conference League before the end of the season?
Those ones I see them as a butler. They all go down. They can't go to that champion. They even the Europa League.
Because looking at the table presently, you will see Aston Villa on 6th, Newcastle on 7th, Fulham on 8th, with Newcastle having a game in hand. So if Newcastle wins tonight's match against Leicester, they will be going 53. They will be going head to as in same points with Chelsea, sitting comfortably on the 4th position.
The way I'm seeing this Chelsea, the way they are being lazy with their ball these days, they might drop to that Europa League instead of that Champions League. That's where I'm seeing them, because if Newcastle win today's match, which is 85% possible, let not say 100%, but 85% possible, they will be Leicester City. And when they win that league, when they win that match, they'll be in 53 points. They'll be in the same point with Chelsea. So with goal difference, because the goal difference between Newcastle and Chelsea is very much. So they will be ahead of. They will only be ahead of Man City. So fifth position. So if you continue like that, anything can still happen, because Chelsea still have some hurdles to cross. They still have Man U on the other hand. You understand? And Newcastle with Man U next match. So anything is possible.
Okay, so talking about Tottenham, they've been, the talk of the season for, let's say, like 4 seasons now, bringing in coaches, bringing in players that are supposed to have moved. But this season has been very difficult for Tottenham Hotspur. Even though they got a win over Southampton yesterday, now they are sitting on the 14th position, which is very, very unusual for Tottenham Hotspur. What do you think is going on with them, regardless of the win they got yesterday?
Tottenham Hotspur, in fact, I can't really say. I would just say since Harry Kane have left that team, the team have not gotten themselves. So
that's like 2 seasons ago.
2 seasons ago, yes. Check their record. They've not been doing well. And getting the coach Postecoglou. So that coach, I still believe he's still an average coach to coach Tottenham Hotspur. And we all know Southampton, they are already a dead wood. So beating them, so
they've been confirmed relegated.
They've been confirmed relegated. So beating them 2-0, beating them, I don't know what they even score, but 3-1.
Okay, so you feel if most of the dead leg leaves Tottenham, come next season they might be able to put on a greater performance?
Yes. But when there are some players that they need to go. When those one leaves there, they will get a new, at least with new players and possibly a new coach. They will go far.
Okay, so the last match for the weekend, Manchester City, Man United against Manchester City, ended up in a 0-0 draw. We had a whole lot of talking points on it already, but would you just kindly just brief us a bit, about, what Man U could have done better to actually got a 3 point against Manchester City? Yes.
As a Manchester United friend, let me not say fan. So
wait, are you not a fan?
They have fun now, but some will say you are supporting Man U. So well, now maybe I want to say more concerning Man U.
No, you can actually say more.
Okay, like Manchester United, we all know that you can't beat like a man on the floor. You can't tell him not to fall. You understand? We all know that Manchester United are already on the floor. So you can't tell a man that is on the floor to not to fall down. So the thing is, for Manchester United to have gotten that draw against Man City, it's a very good win to. It's like a win to Manchester United. And if you say who is lucky in that match, Pep Guardiola was a lucky coach to have left Old Trafford with a draw, because Manchester United had so many chances to have killed and buried that game, but we all saw what happened, and I believe Manchester United had a very good game. So they are the lucky team here. And if like they say pressure, there is more pressure on the Guardiola to this thing, because Amorim already knew that this season is not going for anywhere. We just for his target is just to win that Europa League. You understand? So him is aiming for a Champions League position and to even go higher. But for Manchester United, there is nothing for us here.
Okay, so with the fact that Manchester United are sitting on the 13th position, presently in the Premier League, and the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Zexi, Garnacho still improving as season goes on. What vision did you see for the coach and the players come next season concerning Manchester United?
Like this is like the season is not yet over. Like I told some Manchester United fans last time, this season is not yet over. I still see Manchester United. They will cross to that page one. No, we are in page two, page two number 3. I still believe Manchester United will see crossover. Maybe we might end the season with 8 or 7. But
So if you guys are still sitting comfortably, going for European League last season, without the pressure of the Premier League also, would you be able to perform well? Or would you rather just focus on winning the Premier League next year without any European outing?
at the start now, our aim is to win the Europa League, so we can go for the Champions League next season, and it's possible.
Because you are facing Lyon.
Yes, no, it's possible. It's possible. Like there's okay. Like yesterday, and there's one of their star player now who has a ACL injury. Yes, which I know that one know if you play again. You understand? So what I'm saying now is Manchester United still have a better chance to qualify for the Champions League next season.
Okay, so there you have it for the Premier League review over the weekend. Mr. Focus giving us his analysis on the matches, controversies, and and possible prediction of where teams would end before the season runs out. Some teams, certain teams has already been guaranteed a relegation spot. Hopefully, Leicester might follow or not. He wouldn't want Ipswich to go, but if they can put on a very good show with the likes of Wolves, maybe they will survive the Premier League before the season ends. And for Manchester United, the love of his life, he wish they can probably just, go all out in winning the Europa League, then having the opportunity to participate again in Europe next season. But as it stands now, Manchester United is currently sitting on the 13th position. Man City finding it hard to, even qualify for the 4th position. Chelsea, they are not there yet. They are here and there. Newcastle, with a match in hand tonight against Leicester, will be shooting for the 5th position. Arsenal, all hope is lost, because I don't see them. We don't see them picking up the ball, even if Liverpool decides to drop it. And we still have 6 matches before the end of the season. We'll keep giving you updates, review, and previews of matches to come before the season ends. Stay tuned. Moving on to the preview of the Champions League happening this week. We have the big elephant, Madrid against Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. And we also have Bayern Munich, facing Inter at the Allianz Arena. Arsenal, Real Madrid. A lot of injury on both sides. A big blow happened to Arsenal during the weekend. Gabriel moving out, getting injured. The likes of Tchouaméni out for Madrid too. A whole lot of improvisation will be done by both coaches. But what every fan wants to see is a possibility of Arsenal beating Real Madrid. How is that, a thing for you?
It's like the atmosphere of the Champions League itself is a big audience on its own. Yes, you said it all. Injuries on both sides. Like we can, like on Arsenal, we can count like three notable injuries or absentees. We have the likes of Sterling with experience. He's out of it because of the yellow card. we have Califori out of it. We have the big one, which is the Gabriel, because they have the two Gabriels, the one of Jesus and the Mariles. So the one, let's go for the defender now. So that one is a big blow for Arsenal, because you see the between him and Saliba. No. It's 1 in a million. Because even check the Premiership, they are among the second or the third team that, yes, that considered less. So it will be a big blow, and it will be a big shock for Arsenal, because I don't see at least I don't see anybody there that can defend. No, I know. Like imagine last weekend they used Kiwo to complement it, yet it was still shaky. You know, like Skeliba and Gabriel, they understood each other. Big one.
Okay, Madrid. We still have the likes of the attacking power: Mbappe, Vinicius, Rodrigo, and the midfield, the likes of Valverde, Van Modric, and all. So, do you see this match as just a simple hit and run for Madrid compared to the likes of Arsenal?
It's not a hit and run, no. I will not say it is, because it's the Champions League and the tempo will be high. It will be more intense. You understand? The possible midfield there I can see is Modric and Valverde. So, and as they say, the older the wine, the sweeter it gets. So Modric will come in there to spice up the midfield and to throw on those wicked passes. My prayer to Arsenal is they should just know how to hold and accommodate the pressure there, because there are so many places that, at least I didn't even look at California now. With his experience, he can play that right wing, right wing, yes. The center back, yes. So, but him not using the other boy now, I don't see him holding down those guys. But if Arsenal could get just one goal there, one goal at home, it will be a good thing for them.
Okay, so before the kickoff of the preview, we were talking about Lewis Kelly. He's been playing fantastically well for Arsenal this season, and he's a young chap. So this is his first Champions League quarter-final. The experience is not there, but he's been doing pretty well in the Premier League. Do you see him, going against the likes of Vinicius or Rodrigo, regardless of who's playing that wing? Mbappe might even come ahead and play through that wing. Do you see him going head-to-head with those experienced players?
Like I said, Lewis Kelly is still a boy growing up. You understand? Like coming up against the likes of Mbappe, Vinicius Junior. In fact, I don't know if he can withstand the pressure there, because the pressure will be high on him. The pressure, because they will want to be moving through that direction, and I pray he has the power to hold them down. But let's see what happens.
Okay, so let's quickly take. What's your own prediction? Bearing in mind that Arsenal is at home, so they have a whole lot of fans, behind them, and the pressure, the atmosphere, and everything might be in their favor.
In Champions League, Madrid don't know anything home. They'll even beat you in your home self, beat you at home or even outside the home self. So the Madrid I know, they don't even know anywhere they call home. So my own prediction, if I'm to predict that match, the scoreline, I will give it 2-1.
In favor of
any of them. But I know, and I can hit my chest, Madrid will score there at Emirates. Madrid will surely score.
Okay, so you are not picking anybody. You are just predicting the possible scoreline. Either of the team. Is either Arsenal go out winning 2-1 or Madrid winning 2-1.
But for me, giving it out to me, I'll give it to Madrid. I'll give it to Madrid.
Did you pick the win because of the experience Madrid had and the number of Champions League they had compared to Arsenal that hasn't gotten one?
Not because of the Champions League they had, but I will pick it as based on the experiences they had. Yes, and the kind of attack they have, because that defense there, I'm not seeing them. And the card will be much, because at the time I might want to throw in the three midfielders he has, Rice, Partey, and Odegaard, and anything can happen there. You understand? So I see Madrid with their Champions League experiences still doing something there.
Okay, so on to the next one. Bayern Munich at home playing Inter Milan. Inter Milan this season has been, the team there. I think they are even topping the Serie A at the present moment. And Bayern Munich, they've already won the league as declared as at the weekend or last midweek or something. Harry Kane won his first ever, league title. Not the Premier League, but at least the German Bundesliga. And he's also, possibly eyeing the win for the Champions League. So how do you see the game panning out? Bearing in mind that Inter Milan has a very strong, or they have a very strong defensive type of play compared to the likes of Bayern Munich.
Like both teams also have injury issues. You understand? The injury issues on Bayern Munich is very long compared to Inter Milan. And this Inter Milan, you see, they are one thing that they attack. Bayern Munich also is attack. So it's first to score.
Bayern Munich has always been there also. They have the experience. Both teams has the experience. When we look at the side of the coach, Inzaghi for Inter Milan and Company for Bayern Munich. A whole lot of talking points when Company arrived at Bayern Munich that he might not be able to handle the team, being a young coach himself. Do you think the experience of the coach would also come in favor of Inter Milan?
Vincent Company has done a very good job at Bayern Munich, like pushing them up to this extent. Like last season last season Bayern Munich missed it out because of this guy won it. Zubi Alonso won it, but he came up this season. I bought some players, let some go, and spiced up the team. And now they've won it before the end of the season itself. They won the title. So yes, this would tell how will I say it? The coach role will actually play in that match. Like Inzaghi is more experienced to if the company, but all the same, as I said, first to score wins it all.
As when you say first to score, so if Inter Milan scores first, bearing in mind that they have a more defensive, game type against Bayern Munich, so Inter Milan is going all out to win the first leg at home to Bayern Munich.
Like I said, if Inter Milan score first, Bayern Munich are in trouble. But if Bayern Munich score, I still see Inter Milan scoring.
Okay, so Inter Milan is winning this match for you.
No, I see it as a draw game. Yes, I see it as a draw game. But first to score, as I said, first to score. As I said, if Bayern Munich score first, Inter must score. But if Inter score first, the game is sealed up.
Okay, so moving on to the Champions League on Wednesday, we have Barcelona against Dortmund. Dortmund in their league has not been really consistent. Losing here, winning there, drawing there. But Barcelona, they are sitting comfortably on the first position with 4 points behind, between them and Real Madrid. Madrid lost in the weekend, hoping that if Barcelona comes in and win the league, win the match, they will be sitting 6 points conveniently over Madrid. But they end up drawing the match also, and now they are playing at home against Dortmund. With the likes of Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Lewandowski, Pedri, Gavi, all in form now. Do you see this match as a walkover for Barcelona?
As I said earlier, this is Champions League. You understand? The atmosphere is different from league, but on paper, like the way we are talking now, I see Barcelona winning the league, winning the Champions League, the first leg. Yeah, now. So it will not determine what will happen in the second leg. But on paper like this, if I'm to say I will give it home and away, Barca will win.
But do you know that Dortmund has already caused some upset this season too? So, so it seems that you feel they might not be able to put up a show against.
Not to likes of Barca or Barcelona, because the coach there, that coach there knows what to do at the right time and I know what to fix to amend some certain things. So I still believe Dortmund don't have the capability to handle Barcelona now.
Okay, so what's your possible prediction in favor of Barcelona?
My fair prediction, I will give it if Dortmund can see a goal, but I doubt. But I can see it 3-0 or 3-0.
In favor of Barcelona. Yes. Okay, so moving on to PSG Aston Villa. Aston Villa getting a win, as we said earlier, against Nottingham Forest that were also in form in the Premier League. But PSG, they have already won the league, their own French league title, and they won comfortably against Liverpool before moving on to the quarter-final phase. Do you see any upset happening in this match?
I'm not seeing upset too. I'm not seeing upset. The only thing is if Aston Villa can hold one player down there, Dembele, because the guy will dazzle, he will.
Bearing in mind that they also have a young prospect, Bakola, that plays on the right side for PSG too. They were the one that eliminated Juve in this Champions League. So you don't still feel any upset can happen between this match, PSG against Aston Villa?
You said Aston Villa eliminated Juve. You can't compare Juve of this season to like 7 seasons ago. You understand? So I still see PSG winning the match comfortably. 2-0.
PSG. Okay, so moving on, we have Manchester United on Thursday. You know, your favorite beloved club. Away in Paris, in France, against Lyon, Olympic Lyon. As you said in the last interview we had, you said it's a walkover. Like it's just an easy. It's going to be an easy match for Manchester United. Bearing in mind that you played the 0-0 draw against Manchester City. So please just
Okay, like this one is Europa League, and we are Man U is traveling away to Lyon. So forgive me if I say it's a walkover. It's not that I mean no be like that again. You understand? But the thing is, anything can still happen in Europa League. But on paper, Manchester United have the upper hand to salvage a point today. You understand? If at least just that the attacking force of Manchester United have been a problem to Manchester United, and I know the coach is definitely working on it. So let's see how it goes. But I see Manchester United coming out there with a point or a win.
okay. So what's your possible prediction? Do you have any player in mind that might be like a top focus for Manchester United? Maybe the likes of Garnacho, Fernandes, Zexi, depending on the formation the coach decides to use.
The player I know that can cause a big upset to them is Fernandes, and who have always been our messiah somehow in Manchester United. So I still see them. I still see Manchester United coming out victorious there.
Okay, so Tottenham Hotspur as White Hart Lane against Frankfurt. Tottenham has not been there, as we said earlier, 14th position. Maybe it's a managerial problem. Maybe the players are not, satisfied, or maybe they have injury problems. But they are still sitting in the Europa League, and they are facing Frankfurt. What's your own pick on that match? And Frankfurt is also doing pretty well in the German Bundesliga, and they have fantastic players. Even Omar Mamouche got signed from there to Manchester City this January. So, what is your own prediction, or what is your take on that match?
That match, in fact, I'll say hard. You understand? But on paper, you see Frankfurt upsetting Tottenham Hotspur. You understand? So, if I'm to pick a team that I know that can cause a big upset, it's Frankfurt. Or last, they all share the points.
So what's your possible prediction? Is it a 2-2 draw? Is it a 0-0 draw? Because of bet fans, people that.
Okay, for bet fans, I'll give them go. Both, because I know both teams will score. Both teams will definitely score. I bank on this one. Both teams will definitely score.
Okay, so we have the likes of Lazio too going out to playing Bodo and Clint. Lazio won their match against Atlanta yesterday, 1-0. They've also been informed in the Serie A. Do you see this match as a simple walkover for Lazio?
Lazio has been one of the big contenders in the Europa League, which we all know. They are the second or the first contenders in the Europa League. And watch their match during the weekend. They also dropped some kind of players also of the Europa League. And I'm not seeing Gents holding them at all. It's a straight walkover.
Okay, so we have Rangers against Atletico Bilbao. You said it in the last interview that Atletico Bilbao is one of the toughest opponents to vie for the Europa League. If Manchester United eventually meets up with Atletico Bilbao, probably if they win Lyon, how do you see Manchester United, faring? Because you also wanted Manchester United to win this.
If it now goes that way, if Bilbao eventually win Rangers, it will be a very big blow to Manchester United, because I don't know how and how we will play them. But it's football, anything can still happen. Anything can still favour Man U. VAR can favour Man U. Anything can favour Man U. Or away goal can favour Man U on it. You understand? But Bilbao, as I said yesterday, Bilbao, Lazio, they are the contendants with Manchester United. They're the contendants in this Europa League. So let's see what will happen. But if my prayers for Rangers to cause an upset to them.
So Manchester United will have an easy passage to winning the trophy.
It's not an easy passage also, but at least you know that this one you can beat your chest, that both of you will drag it.
Okay, so moving on to Chelsea. They are going away to Poland on same Thursday against Legia Warsaw. Regardless of the form they are in the Premier League, how do you see the match for Chelsea?
Chelsea have no any reason to come back home and tell us they drew that match there. You should, because Chelsea now on the Conference League, they are the biggest contender to win it. They don't have anything to say.
They have Fiorentina there.
Yes, but they are still the biggest contender to win it.
They have Real Betis too. Remember, Anthony from Manchester United is in big form at Real Betis.
Yes, I'm just saying, yes, they are still the biggest among them to win it. So the opponent I'm not seeing anything they can do to them. They will win.
You don't see any upset happening to Chelsea.
No, there's no upset. Except they just want to fuck up.
Okay, so Fiorentina facing Celtic, at Slovakia. Fiorentina is doing well in the Italian Serie A also, and probably a formidable opponent for Chelsea if they eventually get to meet.
Fiorentina going out there, I see Fiorentina at least salvaging the point there. You understand? Because those ones will not come there to peel watermelon or to pick something there. They will also come out to play football. But I see Fiorentina coming out to pick a point.
Betis at home against Jagiellonia.
Betis.
Straight win for Betis.
Straight win for Betis.
What's your possible scoreline prediction?
My possible scoreline is 2-0.
In favor of Betis.
Yes.
You don't see any upset happening?
No, there's no upset.
Okay, so we have Rapid facing Jugodan. Rapid Vienna. Australia facing.
Those ones they can just win themselves there. I can see anybody win. Any of them can win. They can upset each other. They can win each other. Anyone there.
Okay, so if I could hear you possibly for the Champions League, your possible winner should be Barcelona.
Against.
As in the possible Champions League winner for this season.
No. I've not picked my possible.
Okay, so if you are picking a possible out of the likes of Arsenal, Madrid, Barcelona, Inter Milan, Bayern Munich, Dortmund, PSG, Aston Villa, the way you've actually seen them play this season, the leagues, the matches, the cups, and their style of play, the coaches and their experience, who would you pick to be your Champions League winner for this 2024-2025 season?
The Champions League winner for me, I can't pick because I'll just say the more this thing is progressing, let's see. Because as I said,
we're already in the quarterfinal.
Injury can set up can set in to cause a big setup to them. Let's just say after the quarterfinal, let's see what happens from the semi-final. We'll know the winner from there.
Okay, so but for the Europa League, we see how the likes of Manchester United, Tottenham, Bilbao, Rangers, But who would you say would be a possible winner, regardless of the fact that you are supporting Manchester United?
If Manchester United is not there,
But Manchester United is there.
If Manchester United is there, I'll take you to Manchester United.
And you say you are scared of Atletico Bilbao because of their experience and
I'm not scared of. I didn't say I'm scared because that their ways of playing will give you a nightmare. You understand? You have to go back, do some kind of assignment before you come to play them. So the thing is, if as it stands now, I'll take you to Manchester United.
So for the Conference League, no doubt, Chelsea should be able to.
For the Conference League, Chelsea have the upper hand to win it.
Okay, so there you have it for Mr. Focus. Our ever analytic football fan. He's been there, he's seen it. He loves Manchester United so much. Arsenal facing Real Madrid at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal fans will be looking for a possible qualification ticket into the semi-final against Real Madrid. Real Madrid also will be looking for their 16th Champions League title, in the history of the Champions League. We have Barcelona facing Dortmund on Wednesday. We have PSG facing Aston Villa on Wednesday also. Bayern Munich going all out against Inter Milan. For the Thursday Europa League, Manchester United away at France against Lyon. Tottenham at home against Frankfurt. Chelsea possibly winning the Conference League. So don't forget to click like and subscribe. Stay tuned to Patriot TV as we give you more updates on leagues to come, matches to come, and what to expect. May the best team win as the season goes on. Thank you for coming out.